Hello everybody, welcome back to Fusionia's Adventures. We backtracked just slightly back to the ancient base here because I wanted the banner. Um, it's a red banner. I don't have red wool to make a copy. That's unfortunate. There's still one here at the base that I saw, maybe more, but I have stolen it. I will put it in my ender chest with the other one I have when I find an ender chest. And now we will continue. You may recall that we paused and set a bed at a village at the end of the other rail system, which is just basically over there. And now we're going to continue our journey and see what we can find this time. It was definitely a cool build, a cool ruin to find. I love finding things like that. And the fact that we traveled out here on foot over 150,000 blocks, almost 200,000 blocks technically if we look at both our Y and Z. That's awesome. You know, to find stuff. We found some pretty cool ruins and stuff, and this one was definitely, it's in decent shape, respectively. Unfortunately, it is griefed. No withers, so that's the good thing, you know, so fairly intact and will stay that way, hopefully. And hopefully anybody else that comes along, you know, it'll be the same thing, that they enjoy the build and they move on. We are going to continue our journey, though. We have new things to find. More ruins, obviously. And elytra at some point, which, since we are far out past where any end portals might exist, it'll be pure luck to find an elytra at a ruined base, an active base, or an abandoned base, or some random player that just happens to find us, or we find them, and they have an elytra, and they decide to share and not, you know, murder me to death. But we haven't died yet. Well, I take that back. I self-sacrificed myself within the 5,000 spawn block area so that I could get stamina. But I don't know if that counts. Does that count? We've made it this far, no death. We're continuing our journey out. Ever outward across the horizon. We'll see what else we can find out here. Today's recording has been fairly fruitful. The first one wasn't that exciting. We really didn't find anything outside of some new chunk areas finally that were not generated in 1.12, but rather in the 1.19 update. So that was something. Second one, we found a first trial chamber. Not my first trial chamber, but the first trial chamber, only out 140,000 blocks or so. So that was an accomplishment. And then we found a totem, which just lay it on the ground, along with some blocks and stuff. No elytra, unfortunately, but we found a totem, and we have that. And then, of course, in this last episode, we found the ruins of this base. I don't know the name of it. There were several names of players obviously listed on the signs that had visited, as well as some, looks like some memorandums to people who had once been there. And we have their banner. It's unnamed. But there it is. I'll have to look and see if I can identify which group it's from, but really cool. A good find. And now onward we go to see what we can find today in Fusion's Adventures. Hopefully another base. Or something interesting. Anything at all. Besides mobs. Because we can find them all over the place. We don't need to search for them. And bouncing dolphins. There's plenty of dolphins. But I'd say definitely, as I was saying in my previous episode, that we're crossing over another highway because we went back to old chunks 100% with no new chunks. So, newer chunks, I should say. So we've definitely passed over another highway because we're back in the dead oceans and all that kind of stuff. So here soon we should be coming up to the end. I would imagine 5,000 blocks out we'll start seeing stuff. So 155 we'll start getting into some of the chunk variation again and whatnot. So that's all right. We're in a boat. We shall make haste. Row faster. Come on. I've got my timing wrong. There we go. Come on, faster. 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 Come on, I'm going faster than you are. Oh. My arms are so tired. Let's reset this really quick. There we go. We don't need to be reminded of what's behind us. We are only interested in what's in front of us. Besides that portal, which looks forlorn and lonely. Obviously built in the overworld to go to the nether because it has blocks on the top. And that wouldn't happen if it was in natural. Hey, we found some new chunk load. Life in the ocean. Look at this. We've got plant life. Ha! Amazing. Just fed the cats, so they're all happy, grooming themselves. We still have a cold. Of course, we're recording back to back, so nothing new. Never know, though. We may go into the next recording, and all of a sudden we don't have a cold. Miracles happen. We've been cured. Yes. That'd be great. I hate stuffed up noses and sniffles. Runny noses are no fun, right? I mean, constant dribble coming out of your nose, you know. That's just, yeah, that's no fun at all. More savannah. What shall we find next? We'll find a pale oak forest. On our journey. Well, we definitely need new chunks for that, so I think we have a ways to go yet before we encounter anything like that. Scanning, scanning. We are scanning. Nothing detected. Continue on path. It's hard to imagine that Minecraft was at one point lifeless like this. That you'd come into these oceans and it's just gravel and water. And then later on, some new blocks were added, like the granite, andesite, and diorite. And so those started showing up to provide a little bit of color and variation to the endless stone that was down below. And then, of course, occasionally new trees were added. Like when the jungle biomes came into play, the savannas came into play. Minecraft has had an interesting history. I'm actually excited that that at least for this year, you know, end of 2024 and going into 2025, it seems like Mojang was making a huge effort to transform the atmosphere of Minecraft, because they've, you know, obviously it's not on 2B2T yet, but they've added all the new animal types, you know, the pig variations, cow variations, you know, chicken variations. They've added in like leaf litter coming down from the trees, horizontal logs in the forest, like a tree fell at some point in the past type of thing. I mean, those little touches like that just change the atmosphere. And then, of course, now they are adding in environmentals. So they've already added in the sand sounds. So if you're in a desert and surrounded by sand and you just kind of sit there for a while, you can start hearing the very quiet. It's very subtle, which I like. There's a portal there. So that's neat. And then of course I know it's in Bedrock right now and not in Java. The new visuals, basically a shader update has happened. Uh, a built-in shader, so you don't have to add your own shaders, so vibrant visuals and stuff. Why they don't? I mean, they keep talking about parity, and yet they're still developing things separately between Bedrock and Java constantly. It's like, why? If you're going to launch something in one, then launch it in the other. And I realized that there are some mechanics that are different in the coding between Bedrock and Java because of the platforms that they play on. Java obviously being available on PCs, whereas Bedrock is focused on your mobile devices and on your consoles, and so there's limited, capability of graphics and all of that. I'm actually surprised that consoles, just in general, not related to Minecraft, but consoles just haven't gone the way of the dodo. I mean, there's the three main consoles that are out there that are always competing against each other. And they put out a lot of games. Excuse me. A lot of games and stuff, and they're trying to make them like PCs so that there's the higher graphics capabilities and performance capabilities, and yet and there's bit by bit they're getting there a little bit, but it's like, I don't know. I've always been a PC user. Yes, I've had Nintendo in the past. I've played on Xbox. I've played on PlayStation. I've never owned them, and I don't own anything including Nintendo now. I've played on the little handheld consoles as well. And yeah, they're fun and stuff like that. And I can see the appeal. It's easy for traveling, to move along and do things and whatnot, for sure. But and I don't know, you just think that they would slowly be disappearing. There wouldn't be much of a purpose for them anymore. So we've got a bed down there that someone put underground. I used to do that too. You put the bed underground and it's like, then later I realized, oh, well, you can just turn some settings on and you can see things underground. So that's useless. Here, have a spider eye. Anything of use in here? Not really. I mean, I've been collecting the string. Oh, wait. What do we got here? Oh, 1 second. Okay, we're back. Always got to look at your maps before you show them on video. So this is the Teutonic Order. Awesome. And Diddy was here. We've got an ender chest. So let's take our bundle out. Put these banners in the bundle and the map art in the bundle and put them in there. Anything else that we can stick in there? Not really. We still got our 5 stacks of TNT that eventually we will be able to use. Hopefully. Oh, we got 2 more banners there. Let's get those. Okay, there we go. We'll get those all bundled up so that they're protected and taken care of. I don't know. We'll throw some more stuff in there. Why not? I've already got the cat music disc and stuff. Not that I need those. Excuse me. Sorry. So you can't put records, or it's too full. Oh, it's okay. It's too full. It's got max items. Okay. All right. Oops. Cool. Well, that's something. We found one thing on this episode. A new map. I don't have that map, so cool. Got a village over here. Looks like a natural one, nothing modified, so we will continue our journey. If we find nothing else this episode, at least I found some map art for the Teutonic Order. Don't even know if that group still exists. Many groups do not exist anymore. A lot of the original ones, anyway. Getting back into the chunk variation as far as 1.12 and 1.19 exploration. I don't think there's any difference between the 1.19 exploration and then the 1.20 and not 1.20, but the 1.21 that we're on now. I haven't seen any updates and haven't heard any chats about it, but I haven't particularly looked either, so there's the potential that there is a variation, but I doubt it. Oh, someone has been here recent, because there's phantoms, which interesting is phantoms can't spawn anymore. I need to look around the main base and see if there's some phantoms flying around at night that still happen to be there, and then see if I can capture and name them, because they can't spawn anymore. So that's a rare, so they're rare now, right? Just like the membranes that I have, which I don't have a lot, they're rare. Not that membranes were ever useful. I mean, it was the dumbest thing in the world, you know, honestly, from a Minecraft standpoint, when they implemented phantoms. I know the community voted for them, but let's make it so that the phantoms drop membranes. That way people can repair their elytras. And it's like, but why? When you can just put a mending book on the elytra and repair it constantly and not have to fight anything for it. It's there. Yeah, they should have done something else. I don't know, maybe a glider. Like, it's not the elytra, you can't use rockets with it, you know, but you can kill some phantoms and get their membranes, and you can make, it's like an elytra, but it's a one-time use thing, you know? That would have been, you know, interesting and useful, right? For early players before they go into the end and everything. I could see that. That would have been, you know, that would have had a purpose, right? Looks like we have a temple right here, buried underneath the village. Sorry, villager, I'm not going to rescue you. You're not going to give me any rewards, so I'm just going to keep on going. But, you know, that would have been more useful. It's fine that the community voted for them, and then, of course, it becomes the one mob that everybody that plays Minecraft, for the most part, wishes did not exist. And I think it's because of the sleep mechanic. You know, that was the unfortunate thing, is that if you didn't sleep, the phantoms would spawn, and the only way to get rid of them was to sleep. It would have been better just to have them like normal mobs. They spawn at night, just like any other mob, you know, and you deal with them just like you would any other mob. And then, you know, add something. I mean, with mobs, of course, you can put in torches and they won't spawn. So maybe if you put down a beacon, within the range of the beacon, phantoms can't spawn. You know, that would be like the deterrent, right? Kind of like torches stop spawning of mobs. A beacon stops the spawning of a phantom. You know, that would have been practical. It would have made sense. It would have worked, along with, you know, something different for the membrane use rather than the elytra. Because, I mean, you have phantoms in the world, you're collecting their membranes and stuff, but the only way to get the elytra is to go to the end at the end of the game. Right? What's the point? From a game story type thing, right? So, I don't know. Anyways. What can you do, right? It's in the game now. They've removed it from 2B2T, whether or not they'll come back or not, but I'm gonna do that here. I'm gonna fly around my base here when I go back to my main account. I mean, I'm on my main account right now. It's AFK along with my alt account. It is also AFK at some farms right now, so I should check on them. They've been AFK for hours, and I haven't checked on them. Not worried about them dying. They're not in locations where they can die, but I'll have to fly around, see if anybody spawns some phantoms that are still happen to be there from a few days ago when phantoms were allowed that haven't been in daylight within a render range, and then see if I'll go out at night and I'll see if I can lasso me up some phantoms and then get them named and get them undercover. That'd be cool. Wonder how many people thought of doing that. You know, just to keep some phantoms around for a while. You can't breed them, right? You can't breed phantoms. Has to be something else around here that we can find besides that one map. I'm happy about finding the map, but I want to find more stuff. I'm greedy. Mr. Zombie, I realize... Oh, well, okay. Mr. Zombie... Oh, I was going to ask him a question, but he was getting a little close, so... Mr. Creeper, have you seen anybody around? How about you, Sheep? Anybody been around here? Do we have some potential loot? Some player around here? Player death spot where they fell out of the sky while they were AFK flying and didn't pay attention and died and left their elytra for me. I don't care if it has 0 durability on it. I will fix it. If it does not have mending, I'll still fix it. Just gotta figure out how. Well, someone's been here. There. See, I knew I could replace those. There's a portal over there. Now, kind of random that they dug down into that one that one chest, just random. Maybe they were just like me. It's like, okay, well, let's dig down into this one. Maybe by chance. Uh-oh. Oh, ah! Okay, more creepers. Oh, baby zombies. Oh my goodness. You know, I wanted things to happen, but not necessarily that type of stuff. That's just no fun. Oh, now we've got somebody shooting me, and we've got invisible bubble spiders, and you know, all kinds of exciting things going on around here. Just the wrong type of exciting things. Excuse you. I did not give you permission to shoot those at me. what I need. I needed to find, like, speed potions. How do you make speed potions? You need... Is it rabbit? I think it's rabbit. I'm not sure. And then I'd have to find a village with a brewing stand. Oh, well, that wouldn't do any good anyways. Because I don't have nether wart. So, yeah, never mind. And I don't have blaze rods. Yeah, I don't have blaze rods. So, alright, so, yep. Unless I find someone that's already brewed the speed potions or left all the ingredients behind, that's not going to happen. Okay, we got a new path here. It looks like someone was probably traveling west from the highway. No, not necessarily west. It looks like they it might be that they popped out of a portal and then did a square circle, flew around the portal. Like in the middle here, there might be a portal somewhere. And they just kind of flew around to see if, by chance, you can tell the biome difference, where originally it was savanna, but then the new chunks that got loaded here happened to be a taiga forest. Excuse me. They definitely spawned in a lot of mobs, I'll tell you that. Oops, witch. If you have a speed potion, witch, I'll take that, but otherwise, I'm not interested. There's a jungle temple up there. Don't necessarily want to go through the jungle. I haven't had to navigate through jungles yet. This is really the first one that I'm just coming across. Oh, that witch got me. Poisoned me. Someone's poisoned the water hole. Oh. Oh, great. Okay, it was a short-lived poison. I realize there's a baby zombie there. This is probably a mistake. I should go around the jungle, but I'm going through it. Jungles are not the fun place to be, especially at night. They're bad enough in the daytime. Mainly because you get stuck with not stuck, but the vines slow you down. Everything slows you down, right? You gonna poison me? Anybody been here? Nope, nobody's been here. I did my check. That was my is it a loot stash check for the episode. And nope, was not a loot stash. Still all natural. How big is this jungle? Oh, goodness gracious, the jungle's big. Hello, Mr. Creeper. You may maintain your creeping at a distance. I see a clearing, sort of. I want to sneeze. And I can't cover the mic because I gotta keep going because there's mobs around here and I'm in a jungle and it's scary. Oh, there's a fortress. I'm willing to check it because I'm still trying to collect all the horns. I had them all until the oracle got raided, and then I lost all the horns. I've only got 3 types right now out of the... What are there? There's 7 types? Well, I don't even know if I can get up to it. It's on a separate spawn. This is probably a big mistake to come over here and try to get on this. Excuse me, tree. Coming through. Anybody home? No? I don't hear anybody. Should block your path just in case there is. Horn? Aha! Which one is it? It's the sing. I have seen. Well, darn it anyways. I want to go this way. Too bad I don't have an elytra. I could jump off. Kill you guys without repercussions right now because nobody will get me. Here, Mr. Golem. Don't let me hit you. I'm going to free you so that you can keep this place safe. Okay? I know that you and your kind will return the favor in the future and you'll save my life. There you go. All right, you may come out. You keep this place safe. Keep the riffraff out. Guard it well. I mean, I have feather falling, but I want to get down. Okay. Okay, you got. We're safe. Oh, sort of. Okay. All right. Enough with the rahs. We made it. We may continue our journey north and see if we can get out of this jungle. I already have this sing horn, but we've got a horn now. That's okay. Here, we're gonna confuse someone. We're gonna put a bunch of fences. We're gonna go, what in the world? What were they doing? It's some secret dupe technique. Fences in a jungle. Ah, yes. If only it was that easy. Okay, I'm tired of the jungle now. I'd like to get out of the jungle. I see edge of jungle and into dark forest, it looks like. Not much better. Water. Water. Oh, we've been so thirsty. We just didn't know it. Can I get out of here on this? Doesn't look like it. It looks like this is just a little lake. Maybe. No, we can get out. There's a path over here to the ocean. Ha! We're saved! Yay! Alright, well, you know, we found 2 interesting things. Right? Did we find the map on this episode? Yes. Okay, we're almost... You know what? That reminds me. I paused the recording. Where's my mouse? Just a second. Because I needed to look at the map. I paused it at 14 minutes. It is 19 minutes. We're at the 30-minute marker already. How about that? Wow. All right. Well, we found 2 interesting things. We found a map, which we don't have, so that's good. The Teutonic map with their Discord. Probably doesn't even exist anymore. And we found the Sing goat horn, which is okay. It's not the best one. I already have it, so it's not like, yay, we got a new one to replenish eventually when we meet up with our main character. We'll have to get it in an ender chest if we find another ender chest. Anyways, I guess that will complete this episode. I'm going to continue to move on and see what we can find. Because, yeah, we need to find stuff. There's a ruined portal over there. We are not finding a lot But I guess since in the previous episode we found a huge old base, a 1.12 base, that was awesome. You know, it's okay if we have an episode where we only find a couple minor things. That's all right. All right. Well, thank you very much for joining. We will see you in the next episode, everybody. Take care.